fam, welcome to Define Balance. Thank you for coming back. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Today I wanted to come and talk to you and tell you about a quick story with my experience with Fed Loan Services. Everyone knows that Fed Loan Services is, as of December 31st, no longer going to be managing the loan forgiveness program. And they're no longer going to be a servicer for student loans. Now, I saw a video on YouTube. I will link that video somewhere, and I will also either put it down below as well, of a gentleman telling us and urging everyone to make sure that they are doing good bookkeeping of all of their records with Fed loans before the transfer, because it will be your responsibility once they close their doors to prove that you have certain payments in, that you have certain notifications and documents on file, and that you just have a record of everything. So I definitely started doing my work, and I went online and I saw that all of my documents that I had previously submitted to Fed Loan were no longer accessible on my end. They were seeing some of them, but some of them were not on their end as well. So if you've ever submitted your public loan forgiveness recertification, make sure that you put a file for your student loan on your computer. Make sure all of your documents that you've submitted, that you keep in this file. So should you ever have to go up against the next servicer or prove to them that you have done these things and that you've done the correct thing, that you will have proof of these things on your own. Also, I wanted to make sure that all of my qualifying payments were showing that I've made so far, and many of them were not. So I found out, like, what I'm hearing a lot of people say is that it's not real, people's loans aren't really being forgiven, and I think I found out why. When your loan goes from servicer to servicer, because of shutdowns, what will happen is, if you don't have an accurate record of your things and you don't make sure that things are in order prior to them switching over, that can be an issue. Also, if you switch a service provider or you consolidate your loans with a new provider, all of your payments prior will no longer count. So make sure that you are making the best decision if you decide to switch over to another servicer of your own doing and you want to consolidate. Just know that all of the payments that you made previous to that consolidation will no longer count towards your 110 payments that you need to make for your loans to be forgiven. Also, I went on to try to pay up some of my interest, and I realized that there's a prompt that tells you, if you pay ahead, which is what it's called, that those loans, any loan payments that you make after that may not qualify. You have to physically call them and tell them that you want to be taken off the pay ahead schedule, even though we would assume that we want to pay off as much as we can during this coronavirus time, because we're not being charged any interest. Also, if you make any payments and you don't have any outstanding interest during this time, if you make any payments between now and January 31st and you have no interest payments outstanding, all of that will be going towards your principal. And so I will do a video about how the interest is calculated, but this video is to actually talk about my experience doing this process, making phone calls to Fed loans to kind of understand how my interest worked and how I was given the wrong information online. And so there's one video that I also saw online where a young lady was breaking down how you figure out how much interest you're paying per month and also how much interest you're being charged daily. So my outstanding loan amount is like $72,000. I have two loans within that. So one is like 30, one is 41,000, and I am being charged something like $13 a day for my interest, which equals up to about $399 a month that I'm just paying in interest. And with the loan forgiveness program and the repay program that I'm on, due to my income, my payments are only $200. So as you can see, I'm not even paying what my interest amount is. So if it's not for the student loan forgiveness, I will be in debt forever. So if you are someone who maybe doesn't qualify for loan forgiveness, I think that it's very important for you to understand how to break down your interest from your payment. I think it's also important for those who are on a loan forgiveness as well, because while I want to have faith and hope that one day that these loans will be forgiven, I also want to make sure that it doesn't continue to grow to an astronomical amount that I can not afford to pay ever. So I just wanted to come on and share my experience. Make sure you are CYA. CYA. You know what that means, CYA? Make sure you CYA. Make sure you have all of your documents in order. Make sure you have a folder on your computer. Make sure that you also back this up with maybe like a Google Drive or something like that, so that you have a copy of all of your documents. Make sure that you go online and print from their site your payment history. Make sure that it take screenshots. Do whatever you have to do, because it's going to be your burden of proof to prove that you've made these payments and that you've done the things that you've done. I will also come back and share the breakdown as well, but the young lady did amazing, and I literally was on the phone with student loan, Fed loan, and the young lady was so sweet. We sat on the phone for 2.5 hours. The young lady said it took her 4 hours to understand, but the lady was telling me that I was being charged like $2 a month for my interest, and I knew that that had to be wrong, because a bulk of my payment was going to interest, and it looked like all of it was going to interest, because I've been paying for over 3 or 4 years, and my actual loan amount has not dropped a penny. Not 1 penny, not 2, not 3, and I knew that something was wrong. So just make sure that you be about your business, mind your own business, and figure out how these things work for you. Get a folder together. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna break this down. I just don't think that, I don't have a whiteboard right now, so once I get a whiteboard, I will come back and I will break this down for you guys to help you understand how this works, because it was a game changer. I literally, while I was on hold with the operator, I would put her on mute while she put me on hold, and I would watch the YouTube video, and I had to basically teach myself watching this YouTube video. She came back after telling me the wrong information, and I was like, well, how much am I being charged daily? And then she told me I was being charged $13 a day, but told me I was only being charged $2 a month. So I was like, so am I being charged $13 a day plus $2? And she was like, no. And I was like, well, this doesn't make sense. And then I said to her, well, actually, I'm being charged daily interest. That daily interest is being multiplied by the 30 days in a month. And then basically just explained it to her. And she was like, yeah, I'm sorry, Miss Falima. And I felt bad for her, because she was so sweet. She just didn't know. And I felt like they didn't know because they didn't really want us to know. But maybe she just didn't know. And so we have to definitely learn all of this stuff. It's our money that's out there on the line. We are working and going to school. We go to school to live better lives, but if we can't get out of financial debt, we can't figure it out on our own, then we need to come together and figure out plans for our lives so that we can achieve that American dream that we've all been striving for. And it first starts with us learning our financial situation, figuring out how to build generational wealth with retirement savings, with mutual funds, with stock, whatever thing that you come up with, but definitely understanding our business. This is our business. You are the stewardship over your household and over your finances. And so we in this together. So thank you again for tuning in to Define Balance. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe down below. I know I tend to be all over the place, but I try to get so much information out at one time. Put down below if you have any comments, any suggestion, anything that you want me to break down that I haven't talked about yet. I look forward to seeing you soon.